Okay, I just saw Weapons. Spoiler review on the other side. Let's get it. Okay, reactors, welcome back to the channel, the Nuclear Reactor, the reaction channel, but all the reactions go nuclear. Before we get into the spoiler review of Weapons, if y'all Hoops fan, go over to my Hoops channel, Ring Culture, link will be in the description, where I give updates and latest news on basketball and my opinions as well. But back over here on Planet, the Nuclear Reactor, listen, reactors, I just saw Weapons. Before I give y'all my review as well, like and comment down below. That's how we'll get into the algorithm. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload. And share this review. Share my channel so we can grow the community over here and be one big happy reacting family. Okay, so as y'all know, if y'all been following my channel for a while, I have been greatly anticipating this movie Weapons. Because it was so mysterious. Did not know what it was going to end up being about, but wow, was I pleasantly surprised. It was so good. I've never seen an idea like this. I've seen the concept of kind of like almost hypnosis like, but not in this form. So I'm going to give Hollywood an A for originality here. But if I'm wrong, just let me know a movie that I'm missing out on that was kind of like this. Anyway, the movie starts off with the kid that you hear in the trailer telling a story about what happened to the kids. And at the very beginning, the kids run out of their respective homes into the night. No one knows what's going on. Even a teacher that everyone is trying to find out information from, she doesn't know what's going on. I forget some of the characters' names in the movie. But the teacher is the main protagonist in the movie. The teacher whose children that all the kids disappear from except for one. 17 kids ran out into the night at 2:17 and one kid was left. That kid kept attending school, which is like, it seems weird, like all these kids except for one. So the teacher is obsessed with trying to find out what's going on with these kids. The principal, who's a major character in this, the principal is played by the guy that played in Doctor Strange, Wong from Doctor Strange. So he's the principal in the school where the kids in the classroom disappear. And he's trying to tell her like she needs to take a break. You got to get away from the school because the parents here, they don't trust you. You cannot talk. She wanted to talk to the one kid that was left. You cannot talk to him. He told her. So she starts to follow this kid home. She goes to his house and rings on the doorbell, but she noticed all the windows are covered with newspaper, which is first, what the hell is going on sign. She walks around the house and there's like an opening between one of the newspapers. She looks in and she sees two shadowy figures just sitting still on the couch. She falls backwards, she gets up, she looks. So she calls the principal to tell him what's going on. He's telling her to stay away from there. And he agreed to have them come into school to talk to him. Meanwhile, while this is going on, one of the parents, who is Brolin, is it Josh Brolin? Played by Josh Brolin, is following her around because he's obsessed with the fact that his son disappeared a month ago and no one's seen him. They don't understand what's going on, nobody, nothing. He's following her. They show like 4 or 5 different characters, timelines that all intersect. He's following her in his timeline. He followed her to the liquor store. He's been, watching the video of his son on a ring cam disappearing to the night obsessively. So he starts to lay out a plan to find out which way the children ran. He first sees which way his son ran, get out a map to show where he lives at, and draws a line straight across. He finds another parent to see where their daughter ran. He draws a line from where she was straight across, and he's finding out that all the children ran in the same direction, which is absolutely very smart. So he sees the teacher whose classroom the kid disappeared from at the gas station. He walks up on her. He's trying to have a rational conversation with her, but she's already freaked out because she had a run-in already with all of these parents. While she's having a conversation with him, the guy that plays Wong, the principal, is running towards her with his arms stretched out in the same way the kids were. And he is just like a rabid animal, a dog in heat or something. And he jumps on her. He's trying to kill her. Josh Brolin character tries to get him off, and he back headbutts him. She runs into the liquor store. He runs after her, which is the scene that you see in the trailer. And Josh Brolin character saves her. He knocks him into the glass. She runs out, gives her a car. Wong runs out after her, the principal. And he is just crazed. It's like a dog or something that lost control because of rabies or something like that. He's foaming. His eyes are popping out of his head. Blood everywhere. Let me back up for a second, because the reason why he has blood everywhere is because the woman, remember I told you that he agreed to have the kid's parent, the kid who is left in school parent, to come in and talk to him? Well, a lady showed up, and it was the kid's, she said she was the kid's aunt. The parents are very sick. Now, we already know the parents aren't sick. They're just sitting in a dark room. So she wants to know who put a complaint in that there was something going on at her house. The teacher didn't give it up to her, but that Saturday, she ran to the principal's house frantic. And the principal and his, I think it was his husband, let her in the kitchen, and she asked for water, and she said, I need a bowl of water. So the principal gives her a bowl of water, and she said, don't think about it, it's just something about me, and I don't question it. She takes this branch out of her bag, and it has like blue strip wrapped around it. The principal boyfriend walks up to her. I forget why. She takes a strand of his hair, she cuts it, and she wraps it around the branch. And Wong says, I'm calling the police. So she takes a bell out and rings it. And Wong is like stuck, frantic. You can tell he's trying to move, but he's like stuck. He's trying to move. She breaks the tree branch or whatever it is that has his husband's hair strand on it, and he attacks his husband rapidly, and he headbutts him until his face is like mashed potatoes. It was gory, but it was great though. So she drops the broken branch with his hair on it in the water. He stops, and then she takes out of her bag the hair from the teacher. Now, how did she get the hair from the teacher? The teacher had been staking out that house where she saw the parents at, and one night while she was hammered and drunk in her car, the mom came out crazy with a knife, got in her back seat, and cut a strand of her hair, and then the scene went away. So that's how she has her hair. She wraps her hair around the branch now that she takes it back out of the bowl of water. She breaks it, and the principal rapidly just starts running. That brings us back to the scene to where he finds her at the gas station when he's running towards her and he's trying to kill her. So now she's in her car and she's racing because she got away from him, as I told y'all. And Josh Brolin's character is chasing them both, and the principal gets smashed by a car. His whole head's gone. So at the I think it was the police station. Was it the police station or the hospital? I can't remember if it was the police station or the hospital. Brolin comes out and the teacher is there. He asks her if she's okay, and she said, I've never seen anything like that. She said the last time I talked to him, he was fine. And Josh Brolin character says, I've seen something like that. He said on my ring cam, that my son, when he ran away, his arms are stretched out like that. And, you know, the other kid that he saw as well. So he showed her the map and said, all these kids seem to be running the same direction, and they would be in this area. And she said, holy, you know, that's where the kid lives at, house I was staking out. That intersected with two more characters that they profiled. It was a junkie and a cop. And the junkie and the cop had a run-in where the cop punched him, his dash cam was on, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, she knows the cop. It was her ex-boyfriend who was, I think he was married to the police chief that he worked for, daughter. She seduced him one night, and they bumped uglies. Well, when the junkie led him to the house, because he told him where he knew where the kids were, because it was a $50,000 reward out for him. And so he takes him there. The cop goes inside the house, and he doesn't come out. It's nighttime now, and the junkie's in the car. And the cop comes out the house. Now he's in a trance. He drags the junkie in the house. The scene cuts. So now we're back to where Josh Brolin, and the reason I'm telling these in different orders is because that's how they were shown. They were shown like one character, one point of view, another character point of view until they intersected with that character, another character point of view until they intersected with that character. It was like 4 or 5 different characters they did this with, and they all intersected. It was so good. So Josh Brolin and the teacher is at the house, and they don't know if they should go in, but they see the cop car. So while they're standing there contemplating whether they should go in again because they're across the street, the door opens. Every time the door opens in the house, it takes about a half a minute before anyone will show up. The cop comes out. She knows the cop. She's like, wait a minute, I forgot his name. And he I think his name was Paul. I'm not sure. And Josh Brolin was like, you know him? He said, yeah, I know him. And Paul's like this, tell him to come in. But something definitely isn't right. And then he just turns around eerily and walks back into the house. So they go in the house, and she sees Paul in the kitchen just standing there. He tells her to come over, and then it's salt on the ground, and Josh Brolin notices it and said, don't cross the salt. And as soon as she steps over the salt, the cop attacks her, and out of nowhere, the junkie comes and attacks Josh Brolin. So they are trying to hurt them, while at the same time, the last kid remaining from the classroom is walking up to his aunt's door. Now the aunt has his parents guarding over her door, and she told him before she went in the room, do not cross the salt. So he steps over the salt, and as soon as his 1 foot hit the ground, his parents chase him. Now he's just running around the house trying to get away from them. But again, they are in a trance, being controlled, and they are like Herculean strong. You ever hear about people like with mental health issues where there's nothing holding them back? They just like got supernatural strength. That's how these people are in this show, in this movie, when they're under a trance. It's not them anymore. They're just them. They're gone. But it's nothing holding them back, even hurting themselves to get to the person that they, like ravenously want to tear apart. So he finally, after they break down the doors, he finally gets around to the room where his aunt, who is a witch, is staying. By the way, there are so many clues to this movie that tells you what's going on. Like there's a TV show on at one point where it shows like a parasite infect a grasshopper, and the things start coming out of his head, kind of like the Last of Us plague, the cordyceps. And then there's another one. There's something else that talks about leeching off of people, a parasite. Because what's happening is the witch lady is sick. She needs energy from these people somehow. They didn't say it like that from the parents to make her sickness go away so she can live. And it wasn't working, so she needed more people. So she blackmailed the kid with his parents' lives, because to get something from his classmates. So what happened was he took something from his classmates, one of their possessions, and at night she was brewing up something to get them to come to her. And once she lit the fire to it, and then went outside and rung the bell at 2:17, all the kids left the house to come to her, and that was the thing that was giving her life energy. It's not shown that she's getting life energy from it, but she is. But anyway, Josh Brolin finally dispels of the junkie that he's fighting. The cop is still trying to off the teacher, but Josh Brolin got knocked through the basement door, and he looks down. That's where all the kids are, down in the basement. So once he's being choked by the ravenous guy, and as the guy is pushing his head, he can see the kids down in the dark in the basement just standing there. So the teacher character, she grabs the gun from the cop's waist, because he doesn't. At one point, she was peeling his face with a pillow. It was great. But he doesn't know that she's grabbing for his gun. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just ravenous. She shoots him here, and he is still going. So she had to shoot him in the head, and then he finally falls over, and he's gone. Then she comes over to where Josh Brolin is being choked out by the junkie, and bow! His whole side of his is gone. So Josh Brolin, after she gets him off of him, she walks back in the kitchen because the cop is her ex-boyfriend. And she's like kind of mourning a little bit. He walks downstairs looking for his son. He's checking all the kids, and with his flashlight, he turns around, and the old lady's down there, the witch, and she grabs something off his chain off of his neck, like just quick. She grabs it, and while the teacher is upstairs looking at her ex, because again she just offed him, Josh Brolin character comes upstairs and grabs her because now he's under a trance. While all this is happening, the kid from the school is in the bathroom, and before he ran in the bathroom, he grabbed the aunt's wig because she doesn't have any hair. I think she probably has cancer or something. He grabs the aunt's wig, and he grabs one of the twigs that she uses because she did it in front of him to show him that she can make her parents hurt each other. So he knows he needs a stick, a wig, and some of his own blood. So he locks himself in the bathroom. His parents is breaking the door down. So he cuts his finger, puts it all over the stick, takes her wig hair and wraps it around it. And she's downstairs talking to the teacher while Josh Brolin is holding her. And I think she's about to offer. And he breaks, the kid breaks the stick. And she knows. And she's like, oh shit. And all you hear is all this rumbling. And she's running, and the kids bust out of the basement, and they're chasing her. The kid in the bathroom used her own voodoo on her to get the kids to go get her. They chasing this lady through the town, man. They busting through windows, doors. When I tell you that they have supernatural strength, because, again, it's not them anymore. It's not even their mentality. It's not even human mentality anymore. And they catch her in the front yard of about a couple blocks away, and they literally tear her apart in the yard. Tear her to pieces in the yard. And then the kid voice comes back in that told the story at the beginning and said that the kid's mom and dad are being fed somewhere else in another facility. They never regained their senses. The kid whose aunt was the witch, he's living with another aunt, and the kid said she hears he's nice. And all of the kids were reunited with their parents, and she said some of them even started talking last year. And then the movie just ends. Listen, this movie was so good and different. Y'all need to go check out Weapons. For enjoyment factor, I gotta say, if I was rating this out of a 10, I'm going to say this was a solid 7 or 8 for me. It was really good. And this is just out of the theater reaction. It might go up because it was so good. But anyway, my reactors, let me know, are y'all planning to go see this movie? Because I highly recommend it. But are y'all planning to go see it? If y'all are, y'all will be pleasantly surprised. It was so good. Comment down below. Let me know if y'all seen the movie already. What did y'all think about it? If y'all planning to go see it. Every comment is welcome. It helps me get into the algorithm. Like the video. And I really appreciate you all. That is the video for today. As always, the pleasure is always mine. The reaction is always yours. I love y'all. Peace.